Pops Kong also isn't racing tonight, along with Levi and myself as well. I should also mention that, as well as trying to keep up with the race and the chat, I'm also keeping a track of the West Ham Wolves game. Not that many of you will be interested in it. I'm sure West Ham will keep up their current form, and Lopetegui will be sacked in the morning with any luck. I really do hope we get a few more people join. See, we've got TMK back in the league tonight. Hasn't raced in a long time. Been racing with TMK for many years now, on and off. There was a time where he kept it on track and finished on the podium, but that was a very long time ago, and hopefully he can get back into the game and start practicing a bit and get back up to them levels. We'll see. But welcome back, TMK, for when you join. We should also have Joker join us a little late. I think he's running a little bit late from work, so that'll be another driver that will top up the grid when he gets back. I think we're ready now. Looks like Smug, the host, is ready now. Might be a sign of us getting underway. It's an odd race tonight. It's season 10 of DRS and race 10. Race 10 of a 12 race season. It's approaching the end stages now, where championships are looking to be wrapped up. It's quite odd to see Abu Dhabi not on the last race. Obviously, we had Abu Dhabi at the weekend. Great to see McLaren win a Constructors' Award. It's taken them a while. It's also great to see Max Verstappen show his true colours again. Sorry, those Max Verstappen fans, but I really don't like the guy. So as we load into qualifying, it's worth touching on a few of the stats and some of the tables of the season. So starting with the driver standings, Royal Max World is leading that by 33 points. Doesn't look like he's racing tonight, so it's an opportunity for Marsky or Marvsky, sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. But 33 points, he'll be looking to get a win tonight to close that gap as much as possible. Crazily, Real Max World has raced 7 events this season and won 6 of them, which is quite ridiculous. Unbelievable pace. But looking further back than that, we've got DRS Swanton, Senna, joint on 89 points. Good friends outside of league racing, work together, and I know, knowing both of them fairly well, they will absolutely hate to lose that battle. So that's a big rivalry tonight to look out for. Senna in the Red Bull and Swanton in the Haas. So both both joint on 89 points. So fighting for that best of the spot really. Close behind them is DRS Colin, showing some great pace this season. Already got a win. Usually shines in the rain, so Abu Dhabi is not the best for that, as we all know. But he is only 4 points off Senna and Swanton, so very much in that fight for third as well. Moving on to the team standings, it does look like Sauber, Kick Sauber are looking set to take that one home, especially with 2 drivers in the lobby tonight and only 1 Red Bull of TMK. So that will be, oh sorry, TMK and Senna are in, so there are 2 Red Bulls in, but a 52-point gap, and with the pace of Al Newt this season and Marski, that looks like that will be tough to claw back. Moving on to the pro driver standings. Again, it's very similar to the driver standings. Max very much ahead of that with 31 points. But again, Marski could make it interesting with a win tonight. I'm sure he'll be focused on that. Swanton on 95 points, Senna on 93, Colin on 90. So again, that is the battle we want to watch. Just see Colin there making his own track as he goes out. Maybe them tyres were a bit cold. And then finally, a really interesting battle in the Pro-Am. Al Newt, yet to win a Pro-Am championship, I believe. Unbelievably, won 4 events out of 8. 50% win record for Al Newt, which is pretty incredible this season, really stepped up. And 50 Gent being out of that race tonight means he can stretch that gap from what is 8 points to maybe into the 30 odd points with a good result here. So that's where we're at. Lots of rivalries to watch out for, and Max has just joined, which has just made everything I'm saying irrelevant. So Marski might not have that opportunity to gain as many points as we thought. Just riding on board with Colin now on his first banker lap. He was the first one out the pits, I believe. Let's see how he gets on. I know normally on the stream we do a lot of broadcasting view, but I do like to follow some hot laps and see how the drivers are getting on. So we'll see how many people we can get through. I appreciate it might be a little bit less coverage on the variety of drivers, but we get to see some good racing. So nicely done there by Colin. One of the toughest corners of the track. Down that long DRS straight into a really tight left-right hander. Marski set a provisional pole of 23.8. I'm sure that will change. A little bit wide there by Colin, but he's kept it clean. This should be up there. It's a good banker lap anyway. 1:24.7. Really good lap from Ryan as well, 25 flat. Definitely getting there with this game. Spends a lot of the time at the back of the grid, bless him, but each week he's here, being a big part of DRS. Mo's really locked up there. Signs of rustiness right there from Mo. Who's on a lap? I need to get the track map up just so I can see. So it looks like we've got a Mercedes just going over the line now. Nope, into the pits. We'll ride this last sector with Senna, who's shown a lot of pace this season. Really improves at this game. Annoyingly so. Oh, and he's gone past his 23.6. Good lap there by Senna. Smug now coming through the last turn. Can he get anywhere close to that time? 1:24.2, not a million miles off. A good banker lap there for Smug. So we've got a lot of drivers still yet to set a time. I imagine that's maybe they've gone out not happy with tyre pressures, or maybe invalidated and have had to abandon that first lap. So we'll ride with the Al Newt, potential Pro-Am champion. Put a bit more pressure on him. He's just making sure them tyres are, well, looks like nice and cold, but maybe he's letting another driver through, perhaps. Yeah, I think that's a Red Bull and his teammate Marsky coming through now. His tyres might be a bit cold from that now, though, if he is going to start a flying lap, but we'll see how he gets on. Gets to that stage of the season, there's a few races left, and he knows a good race win today will really cement that a really good opportunity to win the Pro-Am, which I know I'll be over the moon with. Almost too smooth on the throttle there by Al Newt. I think he's going out for another warm-up lap. That will be why. Thought it was a bit tentative of a lap. So I think he's, I don't know how much fuel he's got in his car, but he's not actually using any DRS at the moment. So he's probably just getting them tyres nice and warm for another run. We'll see how he gets on. Sloth right up there in P3. I've just literally switched him as he's gone wide. But potentially on an in-lap. Let's see what Sloth does here. Yeah, coming into the pits. Got the Ferrari of Colin just coming round. Again, I think on his in lap. We will ride with Senna because I know he's definitely on an out lap. I think Colin, Sime, yeah, we're all coming into the pits by the looks of things to begin their second run. Oh, Al Newt is now on our lap. So let's ride with Al Newt, the leading Pro-Am driver this season, and we'll see how he fares. Looks nice and clean so far. Might be picking up a bit of a distant tow as well from the McLaren up ahead. So he deals with this fast left-hander. Very tricky corner on the new part of the track. Also purple sector 1. Like purple sector 2, sorry. Sometimes the game does bug out and likes to give everyone an element of false hope to say they've got a faster sector 2, but we'll see if it actually is as quick as the game says in a minute. Probably using a little bit more of the track there on the a lot more curb he could have used, but would have slowed him down a little bit. But saying that, a 23.8, that is an epic time by Al Newt. That's 2 tenths off Senna's time, who is a pro driver. So he'll be very happy with that, and it pips his teammate as well. From memory around Abu Dhabi, the track does evolve very quickly, so it is important that everyone's setting that time as late on as they can. I think Senna wants to eat the barrier there. Oh, sorry, Joker, missed your time. With a 23.5 provisional pole. Another driver who's got ridiculously quick this season. Seems to really adapted to this game very well. Just think if he could be a little bit more reliable in the races with that work getting in the way, I think he would definitely be up for a championship. Senna just abandoning that lap now, coming into the pits. obviously wasn't happy with it. Now Newt's coming back on his in lap. Now this is a driver to watch out for. Maxwell's joined late, and he's only set a 23.9 at the moment, so that will be about half a tenth quicker, slower, sorry, than Marsky's time. So he'll be looking to cement a good time on this lap now. We'll come back to him shortly. So he'll ride over Joker now, who's looks to be going quite quick, but this should be an in lap, or he's got plenty of time to get out for his second run, or third run should I say. But yeah, 23.5. The Leslie brothers, P1, P2 at the moment. For those of you who don't know, DRS Swanton and Joker are brothers. I would say DRS Swanton is the prettier one, but they're both pretty rough if you ask me. Very close times, 23.516 and a 23.529. That will be interesting on this final run. Riding on board now in Marsby, he's just coming towards the end of sector 1. Lovely turn there, took plenty of apex and used all the outside apex as well, or outside curb should I say. Well, he's up by 3.5 tenths and a purple sector 2. He's taken Al Newt's purple sector 2 away from him. I am going to just quickly check that West Ab score. Excuse me. 0-0. Well, he's not happy with that lap. Oh, he invalidated in sector 3. It's unlucky there, but he's going to have time to go out and set another lap, so no need to panic just yet. We'll see now. We've got a McLaren of Maxwell who's just letting a Red Bull through. I think that might be TMK. No, it's not. It's Senna on his out lap. Definitely got the capability of getting a P1 here, Senna, with the pace he's had this season. I'm surprised Colin's not up there challenging with his rivals at the moment of Senna and Swanton, but still plenty of time. He's on an out lap now. So I'm going to try and remember this order. We've got Senna, then we've got Max. Got a car just coming out the pits now. Purple sector 1 for Max. That's not a good sign for everyone else. He could, I believe, I have to check it, but he could cement the Drivers' Championship this race with a win. So 9 events and 8 wins will be, or 8 events and 7 wins, whatever the stat was, would be pretty incredible. Back on board with Senna, just coming through the last sector here. Looks to be a nice smooth sector 3 there, lovely throttle control. Can he get the last corner right? He's got his fan Bazza in the chat cheering him on. Can he? Yes he can. 23.2, that sets the bar. But with Max behind, I have a feeling that might go, yeah. But only just. Wow. A 23.259 to a 23.268. Cracking lap by Max, but we expect that from Max, but maybe we don't always expect Senna to be that close to Max. So that is a cracking lap, Senna, and well done. Should be very happy with that. Now we're with Marsky now, who is letting the Ferrari of Colin past. Who is on a hot lap. Let's see if Colin can Where's he going to finish? Enough for P7 with a 23.8. He can do better than that, and he knows he can. Colin has bought himself a new toy. He's got himself a Ferrari wheel to go with that Ferrari he is driving. We'll see how he gets on with that. Currently races on controller, but might get a little bit slower while he adapts to a wheel. But I'm sure once he grasps it, he'll be up there fighting for race wins. Just on board now with Sloth, who's another driver who has gone into a pro this season and really held his own. The ERS is off, so I'm guessing he's doing 2 out laps, or he's not turned his ERS on. Sloth, if you can hear me, you might want to switch your ERS on if this is a fly lap, but I trust you know what you're doing. Just riding on board now with the league leader. He was 7.5 seconds slower at that, but I'm sure that was a second out lap. Seems to be an option for a lot of drivers here, 2 out laps, just to get some heating into them tyres. He invalidated then. He'll be kicking himself for that one. A very, very unnecessary spot to invalidate. And I call it all on stream, Smug. No hiding from that one, mate. Unlucky. Has he got time? No. So P4 though, he's up there. Right, let's see where Swanson is. Swanson's just behind Joker. Mask fee, only good enough for P. Only good enough for. What is he doing here? That is Mask fee out of qualifying. Unfortunately, 2 positions shy of his rival Max. Mr. Pickle now coming around the last turn. Where can he get? 123.6 currently, and it stays at 123.6. Signs he's probably just coming into the pits. He's not on a hot lap, I believe. What have we got? Now we're right on board with Smug, who invalidated, so he's just going to come into the pits as well. Our teammate Rude Nico was a bit of an interesting line into that corner, but let's see where he can get. Only one fighting for Mercedes today, that was P7. Right, now it's right on the map for the last corner, or Joker should I say. Where is this going to get him? No improvement there. And Swanton has jumped Marsfee with a 123.3. Senna and Swanton equal on points and pretty much equal on qualifying pace as well. This will be a battle to watch. So that's qualifying over. Going into the main race shortly. We will have a few minutes on the grid where people can just go to the toilet and get ready for the race. Anyone who does ready up will get a 30-second time penalty. Believe it or not, we've done this long enough. There are still people who ready up on the grid. Obviously, Danny, DRS Swanson, rule doesn't apply. He can ready up when he wants. He does what he wants. Does what he wants. Looking forward to this race. So P1, Real Max World. No real surprise there, but Senna to be within 9,000ths of a second of Max World is a pretty impressive time. Equally for DRS Swanson to be only half a tenth behind as well. Actually heading Marsfee, who's quite dominant in P2 in the championship this season. So Swanson to pip him in qualifying, he'll be happy with that. Not that long ago, Swanson was getting a bit frustrated with this game, seemed to have lost a bit of pace, but he's persevered through it and seems to be paying off now with quite a regular chance of podiums. Go through this race director. So yeah, Max World on P1, Senna P2, Swanton in P3. Mastery P4, he'll be looking to make up some ground on that. He really does need to beat Max today. P2 is not an option for Mastery if he wants to keep this championship alive. So it'll be interesting to see how aggressive he is in terms of his pace today. Smug, great qualifying time. Could have gone quicker if he didn't invalidate on his last final lap. So the fact that that was his second run in P5 shows that Smug might be one to look out for with his race pace. Joker, a little bit further back in P6. Again, someone who is grown to be a lot more consistent in the races now, and I'm sure he will look to make up the ground. Rugnico, my teammate, good time to get P7. Hopefully brings back some points for Mercedes today, even though I don't think we're really fighting for anything, but still, points are points. Mr. Pickle in P8, Al Newt in P9. Again, Mr. Al Newt will be looking to get P1 in the Pro-Am today. I can't remember all of the Pro-Am drivers, and again, you have to apologise. You have to bear with me, and I apologise for not knowing that. This is the first time I've streamed, and normally I don't look too much, but I believe, looking at this, that Rugnico is a Pro-Am driver, so currently he holds P1 on the grid with Al Newt P2, so I think Mr. Pickle is a Pro. So he's up there to get good points. Colin a little bit further back. Not a great qualifying from Colin. It's not too sure what happened there, but he has got pace, so expect him to progress through this race. Again with Sloth, he's been up there, regular finisher of P4, P5, so he'll be looking to make up at least sort of 4 or 5 positions this race. So be interested to see him if he can move through the pack. Science in P12. Easy Life P13 and Mo, aka TMK, P14. Obviously, first race back for him for some time. Normally, what we say to people is just see it over the line and have a good, clean, consistent race, and without worrying too much where you finish. I bet it's nice for Brian, aka Easy Life, to not be last on the grid. Well done, Brian, moving up in the world. Once again, if you didn't catch it earlier on the stream, I think the battles really we are watching on this stream tonight will be the Senna and Swanton battle. That is joint on points in the Drivers' Championship. And also, Marsky is going to have to desperately try and close down Max, or hope that something goes wrong for Max to keep this Drivers' Championship alive. Looking at the points now, if it stays as it is, that will put Real Max World 43 points or 45 points ahead with 2 races left. It wouldn't secure it, but it would be looking very unlikely for someone to catch him in that position there. Unfortunately for me, I am P6 at the moment. Not had a good time on this game the last 2 or 3 races. I've been really struggling, so it's quite nice to actually have a week off. But I'm probably going to lose quite a lot of points to the drivers I normally battle in front of me, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I would sit there and say, let's put your predictions of who you think is going to win this race in the stream, but there's 2 reasons why it doesn't matter, because we all know it's probably going to be Max, and I don't think many people are watching it. So I'll be talking to myself, but hopefully many of you will want to watch it back. And if anything, it's able to capture some of the incidents that might happen for potential stewarding decisions. So again, Maxwell leading. Let's put the tyre data on. Opting for the hards. I think he's got the pace to stay ahead on them hards as well, which will be long. But an early safety car could potentially create a problem for him by going that route. Senna's gone on mediums on the attack, same with Swanson. Marsky as well. Interestingly, Smug and Joker also opted for the hard tyre strategy. Again, I do think they've probably got the pace to maintain P5 and P6 from Rude Nico on the mediums, but it's whether they can stick to that front pack and get the medium pace runners of Senna, Swanson and Marsky to almost carry them through on the DRS. Can be quite an effective strategy when worked out well. Use DRS trains to maximise the speed on the slower tyre and then whack on the fast tyre at the end. Also gives you a chance for fastest lap point. See what Collins opted for the hards. Again, I think he just wants to probably get a good hard stint in, hopefully make up a few places, but stay within the race and really hope the race comes to him later on the second stint. There should be a one-stop strategy around here, as it's showing there. By starting on the mediums as well, if you did get an early safety car, the hards probably would stretch a good 3/4 of this race at a push if you needed them to. But we'll just all line up on the grid now. I'm going to ride on board with Marsky or Swanson actually. This is a good camera angle. Wait for the red lights. Good luck everyone. And we are lights out, and let's see who's got the better start. It looks like the McLaren there of Maxwell just dropped off. Said had a great start. He's just got into the lead. But Max is really fighting this now, and he's pushed it through on the inside. I think. See what Senna can do here. It has been a clean start, I believe. I don't think anyone's crashed or spun out. We're really good. Everyone's within a tenth of each other. Can Senna get Max here? He's backing off. He's going to let the pace of Max drag him through the first few laps. We've got Swanson just behind in P3. Not much in terms of position change. Joker has dropped down. What's happened to Joker? Any damage anywhere? Oh, he's got a front right end plate damage there, so he's obviously had a collision. I'm guessing it was going into the turn left-hander at the end of the DRS straight, so he will probably come in and box down. Let's have a look to see if he does. Signs he's on the attack here as well. He's backing out a bit on the throttle there. Probably wary of Matt's front wing, and he stays out, so it might not be that bad of a damage. Right on board now with Mr. Pickle. Sorry, what's Swanson, who's right in the gearbox of Senna. This is the rivalry we wanted to see tonight in this race. Equal on points, as I've said. Can he get a good exit? Oh, it looks like he's got a good exit there. I won't go into saying what the telemetry of what people have got battery, in case people are listening, it is a benefit. Or it's one of them awkward moves where he's got the pace to probably get past Senna, but there's a McLaren in his way, so he's had to bail out of that one. Marsky just behind, putting a lot of pressure on. This is going to be, hopefully, a really good battle. Now we'll go back to the Sloth, who they're about 5 cars wide, by the looks of it, coming into the long left-hander at the end of the second DRS straight. Keeping it nice and clean. Always Al Newton going to go up the inside of Colin. That is a fantastic move. Move of a Pro-Am champion, that. Well done, Al. Great move. Great racing by Colin as well. I think Joker might be coming in for that front wing change if he's already picked up a 3-second penalty. No, he's staying out. Probably because of the hard tyres forcing him to go longer on this stint, otherwise it turns into a 2-stop strategy, so he might want to come in, but from a strategy perspective, it makes sense to stay out. But we'll see what he can do here on my teammate Rugnico with wing damage. Oh no, do you know what? He hasn't got wing damage. Blobby makes this look really easy. There was a car with wing damage, and I thought it was Matt, so I am chatting rubbish. So ignore me. His track limits is just because he can't keep it on the track. Good overtake there by Rugnico, but a bad exit, which is going to see Joker now fly through and have the position into the fast left-hander. So it looks like Marsky has got past Swanton, so I've missed that overtake. And Senna still... Well, Senna has got ahead of Max as well, so then putting the mediums to really good use. Let's watch them all come around the last turn now. Really good, clean racing by these guys at the front, showing why they have the reputation they do. And Mr. Pickle not far behind either. Right on with Alnu, who's going to be looking for a move up into turn 3 or 4 with Rugnico. He's defended the inside, but Alnu can probably go around the outside nice and easily. There we go. Up to P9, which I believe is a P1 in the Pro-Am. So he'll be very happy with getting to P1 on lap 4 to see if he can keep that up. But they're not done yet. Oh, there's damage there. So I saw something fly off a car. Signs he's come out of nowhere. And Sloth's got ahead. I really apologise to Newt for jinxing him there, because I said he was doing really well, and in one turn he lost 3 places. Commentator's curse. I will try and see who's got the damage, because it's definitely not Al New. It's probably my teammate. I love this helicopter cam. Wish you could have that as an option more. We'll come back to that, but I think Signsy, Rugnico, or the Sloth, one of them has a little bit of damage because I did see it fly off. Right, back up with the front runners, see if anything's changed. So again, sorry Max, I've missed, and Senna, I've missed both overtakes now. Let's see what Senna can do here down the DRS straight. Within half a second, so we'll easily, comfortably get DRS. Just about to see his DRS open now. Oh, it's a safety car. That is why it's not opening. So what has caused the safety car? There looks like there is Al New. Really not too sure what's happened there, but he's lost his front wing, so there's been an incident. But he will be able to come into the pits box, put on a set of hard tyres, change his wing. Al, if you're listening to this, make sure your wing settings on yes. I'm sure they'll change that anyway automatically. What's going to happen now in terms of the leaders? So this is what I was saying with Max here. So he's opted for the hards. Early safety cars come out. Hards would probably go to the end if they were looked after. We're probably going to have 2 or 3 laps under the safety car. If I was Senna, Marcy or Swanton, I will be amazed if they're not diving into the pits here and putting hard tyres on. But we'll see. So Max has come in. That means he's going to put a set of mediums on and probably make this a 2-stop. Senna is coming in, probably for hard tyres. Marsky, Swanton, Mr. Pickle. Smug has stayed out, and I think that's a good option. Gamble on potentially another safety car, because if he did pit, then it would definitely be a 2-stop. So who is not pit? Simonsy's not pit. He's done exactly the same strategy as his Aston Martin teammate. So now it's an Aston Martin 1-2, bizarrely enough. Al New is just about, he's had his wing change, I believe, and he's just coming out now ahead of TMK. Oh no, he's coming in for his wing change now, sorry. He's back in this race with a safety car. Colin has gone on to softs, which I find really strange. That's probably a mistake. Or a rather odd strategy. He could turn out looking like a genius if there's another safety car and he makes up ground, but it's a very risky move going on to the soft tyres at this stage of the race. He will be definitely hitting within the next 10 laps and making that a 2-stop. So net P1 at the moment is Max World, but as we said, he will probably have to pit again, or if he does get the mediums to the end, they are going to be slow. Senna is in a very good position now. The safety car's worked out for the medium runners. He's got his net P2 at the moment, and them tyres, Max will probably run away from him a little bit, but them tyres will come into their own towards the end of this race. Joker has had to go on to the mediums as well, same situation as Max, so he will really have to look after them tyres to get him to the end now. Al Newt's come out in 13th, but he's got the right tyre and a new wing, so race on. Looks like a bit of a soft safety car really. There's no cars stopped on track. Every car went... Oh, Colin. Clearly wasn't meant to put the soft tyre on. Or he was being very clever and he was just doing a quick soft stop and then pitting so he can put the hards on, so he's used 2 tyre compounds to get to the end. If he started on hards, I cannot remember, but if he started on hards, he's done a quick soft to change the compound and put the hards back on. That might not be a bad call, but he's just got a 10-second time penalty, so that's affected him further. Lots of action so far. Apologise again to Senna and Max for missing some of the overtakes up ahead. I know Marcy got a move on Swanton as well, which I didn't see. This is not as easy as Bobby makes it look. There is a chance the safety car will come in this lap with the Ferrari of Colin just coming up and joining the pack now. I think the safety car will be in this lap. The role Smug and Simesy play in this race now is very interesting because they could really slow some of it. If Max gets past them quickly on their mediums, it'll be a lot harder for the hard tyres of Senna, Marcy and Swanton to get past. There's only 5 laps difference in their tyres, so there will be a noticeable pace difference, but not as much as you would think with only there being the 5 laps difference. So we'll see how that works out. Good to see Brian up there in 10th. Nice clean race so far. On the right strategy. Half a second off Sloth in P9. In the points. I think last week was his first ever championship points finish. I might be wrong, but from memory I think that was the case. So he's now looking to go back-to-back points finishes, which will be a brilliant achievement. So away we go. I'm going to just nearly miss the start there. Just Maxwell really up the gearbox now of Simesy. Other than that, everyone is kind of stayed to their position. Oh, who is that that's just gone off? Simesy made his own track up then. Oh, sorry, so yeah, it was Simesy. Really dropped out to P4, but Smug, his teammate, has managed to stay in P1, and Senna has got past Maxwell, so there was definitely a collision between Simesy and Maxwell there, which has really set Max back into P5. Unluckily for Swanton, I imagine he might have got tangled up in it himself, and why he can also get past Max, but everyone else seemed to get through it all. The brothers fighting here, neck and neck. Oh, they're very close for that corner there. Nearly was there contact from the back of Mr. Pickle into Swanson. Great exit there from Joker. Got a bit of a gap between Swanson, and Max has now gone past Marsfield. Again, this is a battle we want to be looking at, because Marsfield has got an opportunity here to make some points up on Max, but as it stands, he's again a position down from him and having to chase the McLaren rather than hold him off. Probably a little bit too impatient there, Max. He tried to go up the inside, which compromises exit, which now Marsfield is going to try and make the most of that. No, he's not. Just doesn't seem to have that straight line speed. Might be running too high downforce. A lot of contact behind. Why does the camera do that? He's on the outside here of Joker, Swanson. Oh, sorry, Mr. Pickle. Oh, and collision there with Signs in Marsfield. I don't think there was any damage, but certainly made him lose a few positions. Al Newt already up to P10. Great safety car restart from him. And Joker is on fire at the minute. Really got some good pace on their mediums. He's now up into P4. Yes, he's got a 3-second time penalty. Oh, 6-second time penalty. If Matt actually kept it on the track, he'd be really good. Now, Smug here is doing absolute wonders for Senna, because he's now got Senna's out of DRS. I think Max will get past him here. Which he does. Oh, no. Oh, Senna, Smug. Quite aggressive there. Max does get past eventually. But that has opened the door for Joker. That little wheel-to-wheel scuffle that Smug and Max had. And now Joker's going into V2. Oh, contact there, I think, from Mr. Pickle and Smug. Don't think there was any damage though. Swanson really up the gearbox of Sloth here. Turn 1's really difficult to make a move. You rarely see a move here, but what we'll be looking for is a good exit, which he's just got, and they'll be looking to dive down the inside of the left-hander for the DRS straight. Oh, Sloth's a bit all over the place there. That wasn't an intentional move across. That was just losing the car a bit on the curb, I believe. And that's a nice move from Swanson on Sloth, but he's not giving up there. And Marskley is right in this fight as well. Swanson's held on now. I saw his light flashing. I reckon he's used a lot of battery then to stay ahead, which would be good use of that. That's why you need it. And now Marskley has flown past. Again, probably burning a lot of battery that Swanson doesn't now have because of done that defending on the main straight. But all this battling is doing one man a lot of favours, and that is Senna, who has a 1.2 second gap on Max, so that has come down by about 3/10 this lap, and it will continue to come down because Max is on their medium tyres. But we've got to remember that Max, Joker and Pickle will all struggle to get their mediums to the end of this race. They'll be hoping for another safety car, and Senna will be keeping everything crossed that there is another safety car. Smug's still yet to pit, so he's doing very well to start there in P5. But looking at this, I would say at the moment we're looking at a Senna Mastery Swanton podium at the moment, looking at how strategy's played out. That is what I would call. So Mastery's just got past Smug. Can Danny get past Smug on the second DRS straight? We'll see. Riding on board with him now. I did notice TMK quit. I think that was a pit and quit, not a crash, which is a shame, because why bother if you're just going to pit and quit? There's always a chance of points, so especially with this league the way it runs, with Pro-Ams and Pros, you're always guaranteed points if you finish. And there is that second safety car. What has caused that safety car? Simey. Had a bit of a rough race, Simey. I've seen him go off track a couple of times. There's been a few bits of contact. Not his night tonight, and that's now changed everything. So Max will come into the pits, and he will put on the hard tyres, or another set of he'll put on another set of mediums, I reckon. Yep, fresh set of mediums going on. I think Senna might have been unfortunate here. That safety car call was late, being in P1. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I think now that all of those hard runners will struggle. I think the right call was Maxwell. Pickles managed to get himself what could be a P2 at the moment by going on to fresh mediums. Joker has got, I will double check this, but I'm pretty sure he's got 6 seconds. Yes, he has got 6 seconds, so penalties aside, he's could be a podium position now. At the moment, this race is looking very good for Real Maxwell, leading the championship by 33 points. And looking at quite possibly another race win here today, if he can keep it clean and maintain the pace he's shown already. That safety car did come at a good time for Smug. Staying out on the hards was a good choice. He's now pitted for fresh mediums, and he is only a position behind Joker and one up from Swanton, so good strategy call there by Smug to stay out on the hards for the first stint. Now look at this, the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. The cars are now starting, so they will be looking to warm up their tyres, generate some heat, especially in the last sector. Senna will lead the restart. What Senna's got to hope for now is that the drivers behind him can really slow these fast medium runners up, because he is going to find it very tough to hold off Real Maxwell on new mediums when he's on 8 laps at old hard tyres. It's going to be a challenge. Al Newt has had a very strange race. He's gone from being P1 in the Pro-Am to me jinxing him, which I'll try not to do again, to being in the pits with no wing and dead last, to now he's back up in P1 in the Pro-Am. With his nearest rival quite far back. So he's in a really good position here to extend his gap on 50 Gent in the Pro-Am Championship. And also the constructors as well of Alpha, or sort of Alpha Romeo, but Kicks Alba now, Mastery P2 and Al Newt P4. With a 50 odd point gap in the constructors, they could really make their mark and make them they're strong favourites anyway, but they could be almost dead certs to win this constructors if it stays like it does here. So as we said, safety car in this lap. Al Newt got to be really careful there. You don't want to pick up an unnecessary penalty or wing damage. Colin as well, he's back up into P3. He hasn't had the best of races so far after putting them having that 10-second penalty and putting the wrong tyres on, or maybe the right tyres, but up into P3. It's why you should have a pit and quit mode, because you never know what's going to happen in these races. If someone said to Colin a few laps ago be P3 with no penalties, he wouldn't have believed you. Right, we'll watch Senna on this restart. And he's got maybe not the best exit he would have liked. It was a little bit loose on that curb, but it was enough. It was... So P1 Senna, P2 Marsky, P3 Colin, and we have now got Max making a move on Alnute, who really could do with giving his teammate a helping hand here. Oh, broke very, very early then, Alnute. Very early. Max would have appreciated that. So Max up into P4, Pickle P5, Joker P6, and Alnute is dropped back. I think it's that awkward position sometimes when you're on the slower tyre and you know you're racing the Pro-Ams. You don't really want to get involved in an incident. Oh, smug. Didn't really leave an awful lot of room there for Alnute. Looked like it was going to be a good move, but really squeezed him off there. Which also allowed Swanton to get past as well. So I'm filled with you, Alnute. You've been bullied a bit here, mate. You have my sympathy, vote. I will look at the front runners shortly, but I think just riding on here at the moment, as this is probably the closest battle on track. As the front runners go into really try to cut that curve then. It's an interesting line. Swanton really keen to get past Smug this lap to not lose that distance towards Senna. I ride on board with Marsky, who has DRS. Oh, it's another safety car. Another safety car. What's caused this one? I am absolutely miffed what caused that safety car. If anyone saw it or anyone can put it in the chat, let me know, that would be good. That is... There isn't a safety car. This game is bugged. I do apologise on the stream. It didn't look like a safety car. I know I saw a safety car on the top left side of the screen, and it's clearly not a safety car. So, bear with me while I find my bearings. The real Maxwell has got past Marsky, which we expected with the 3-lap-old mediums compared to the 10-lap-old hards. Collins is doing well to stick just within DRS of Senna, but might just lose it here. Max is really looking to get past Colin probably before this DRS straight and start the hunt for P1. Why is it saying a safety car on my screen? Can I hide it? I'm still saying it. Never mind. Never mind, I'll have to ignore that. So, a really comfortable move there by Max, who will probably find himself ahead of Senna very shortly with pace like that. We're going to head back down to Joker, who is a couple of attempts behind Mr. Pickle. Looking like Mr. Pickle's already drained his... Oh, that's a bold move. Oh, contact between Mr. Pickle and Colin. Not... Oh. Really good racing there by Joker and Swanton through that difficult section of the track. Done really well to keep that clean. For a minute then I did stop speaking because I thought it was going to end in tears, but Really good racing. Mr. Pickles dropped back to P8 now. I think they just sort of clipped wheels for that tight left-hander. He's done well to only still stick with the pack though, despite that mistake. To Swanson now, looking up the move on Colin. Should be quicker with them fresher medium tyres, but he's going to be patient here. Good racecraft. Rather than slow him down and compromise the exit, he's going to concentrate on getting a good exit, which he does there, and he's already ahead before the DRS. Just shows you patience can pay off. Really good move there by Swanson. Colin is trying to fight it back, but he's now got Joker to worry about, and Joker's really quick on these medium tyres. Looking to, ooh, wow, looked like he lost the rear of the car, then managed to keep it under control. Oh, he's gone wide there, and that'll be a track limits. He's got Mr. Pickle 2 tenths behind. This is a really close battle here. Ten laps left of this race. All looking plain sailing for Max at the moment, with a half a second lead on fresher tyres. We will ride on board with Senna just to see how much he can gain on the DRS straights here on him, because he is managing to hang in there with DRS range, and he is making up a lot of time now in this straight, so he's backing off there again just to concentrate on a good exit there, but he's been really slow on the throttle there. I'll be disappointed with that, and that's left Max to probably claw back all that time he lost on the DRS straight and invited Maskvy into the battle. You really want to be on that left right hander, you want to be accelerating before you turn in and really to that right hander, just to obviously just gently. Al Newt picking up a 3-second penalty, back in P11. It's now gone all of a sudden not looking very good for Al Newt at all. But there's still 10 laps, a lot can happen. I can only imagine, if I was in Swanson's and Joker's heads right now, I imagine they are thinking there's a P2 and a P3 on the cards here. That's certainly what I would be thinking. Senna on 14 lap hold hards, Mastery on 14 lap hold hards. And Swanson and Joker with mediums of half the life, so move could have been on then, but he's played cautious, and then Mastery's really compromised his exit there by having to brake when he should be accelerating to avoid the contact. And somehow, that was really odd, despite that poor exit by Marsky, he still managed to get past Senna. So they must have had a poor exit himself to allow Marsky the opportunity to overtake. It will be very challenging from now to get back within DRS zone of Max, because that second safety car really saved Max's strategy. He would have struggled being on the mediums to the end of the race, but be able to come in and put a new set on has really helped him. Okay. So just to recap, Max in P1 on faster medium tyres with a nearly 2-second gap, looking comfortable for Max. Marsvy on 15 lap hold hards in P2, along with Senna on the same tyre, same laps, 6 tenths away. He will look to see if he can make up some ground here on this DRS straight, but he's got a very fast hash of DRS Swanson behind him on fresher tyres. This will be an interesting one. Joker's dropped back a little bit. Joker probably had a mistake somewhere. You've got back by 2.3 seconds with a 6-second time penalty is the last thing you want. Oh, close. I can see what Swanson wants to do. He's trying to get the exit out of that second chicane, but he's getting compromised through cars in front of him. Pace looking good though. Mr. Pickle and Joker falling back a little bit from the front four, but they are scrapping away for that P5 spot. Senna's really hunting down Marshall for that P2. He's looking like he's in a good gap to be able to get him on the DRS straight. Let's see what he does here. Swanson 4 attempts back. And the Sloth's out. What's happened here? Is that another safety car? I can't tell because it's always a safety car for me. But I think that actually is a safety car. Looking at the way everyone is driving. 3 safety cars, Abu Dhabi. I was just getting to the point where you all space it out a little bit more and it's easier to keep track of these battles. My first ever stream and all 22 laps have been, everyone's been less than a second away from each other. It's not easy and these safety cars are not making it any easier. So 11 cars left in this race. Let's have a quick look at penalties because that plays a big part in the race at this stage. Mr. Pickle with 3 seconds, Joker with 6 seconds, Easy Life with 6 seconds, and Al Newt with 3 seconds. So they could come round and really bite some of these drivers at the end when there's a safety car so late. You will probably find Max should come into the pits and put some fresh softs on. Be interesting who saves softs in their quali. Ooh, oh, Max. Max is just... Oh, and Nasty. That's a known trait on this track. That curb, as you... Oh, Spud pick up a drive-through, but we'll come back to that. That curb, as you turn right into the pits, is known for counting as track limits. And Marsky and Maxwell both picking up 3-second time penalties there coming into the pits. And they must have been on 1 warning. And just as this race has done a few times, it's just changed the whole dynamic of this race. So Marsky missed a really good opportunity there to make up a position on Max, picking up the penalty by copying him and picking up the exact same penalty in exactly the same corner. So he'll be kicking himself for that. Joker's in P1, but let's have a look at the tyres, what everyone's gone to. He hasn't pitted. That is a huge mistake. Silly boy, Matt. Silly boy. He's on 10 lap old mediums. What tends to happen on this game is you'll find that even if the tyres are a couple of laps old, they drop off so much after they've cooled down under a safety car and heat it back up again. And I'm not too sure whether Matt was unlucky then with where the safety car was called or whether he put on the wrong tyres. I didn't see, but with 6 seconds of penalties and 10 lap old mediums, he'll be lucky to stay up there. Maxwell has done the right strategy again, put the softs on. He's obviously saved a fresh set of softs, but he's got 3 seconds of penalties, but he has got the pace, so can he get 3 seconds clear of the cars behind him? Marsfee, I'm guessing he's put mediums on because he used all his softs in quali. With Abu Dhabi and the softs, it might not be a bad shout. I think the used softs will probably still got there, but and been the right option. But you never know. The mediums might come into their own. A few drivers have looked very quick on them today. Senna is now technically looking from time penalties aside. He's looking back at P1. He's on the right tyre, new soft tyres. With no track, well, I don't know if he's got any track limits, but certainly no time penalties. Swanson again, his arch nemesis at the moment, again equal on points in that Drivers' Championship. Despite different races, they find themselves side by side like they did at the start of this race on lap 1 on the same tyres with 0 penalties. So the battle was very much on between them two. Mr. Pickle behind, he's got 3-second time penalty, but he's looked very quick this race, and he is on softs with Colin on mediums and Smug on mediums behind. So this race has definitely thrown up a twist at the end. Big announcement as well. West Ham 1-0 up. We will get the scorer. If you don't care, tough, you will listen to it. Soucek with a Bowen assist. 2 reliable names at West Ham. 53 minutes gone 1-0, but the only downside of that is we win, Lopetegui still might have a job, and I really don't like him, so better to lose now and get rid of him and have a stronger end to the season in my view, but we'll see what happens. Still time left, just like this race. Safety car in this race, by this lap. I'm really interested. Oh, Al Newt. I did say earlier, Al, you did hit the back of someone. I said, be careful, don't get an unnecessary 10-second penalty. And he just has. But Al Newt now must be kicking himself for that one. But even if he finishes races in last, P11, he will still pick up some good points, which he needs in the Pro-Am. So it's not all doom and gloom. Right, we are going to ride on board with Joker, who will probably feel like he's got the brakes on at the moment when he comes down these sector 1 on this safety car restart, but we'll see. Right, that Joker has gone. Max is still getting some heat into him softs. Don't think he needed it, but oh, look at the pace difference. Oh, that's brave. That's brave. Oh, bloody camera. That's very brave by Max. Not much space to get by there, and there was contact. Marsfee is also now just about to get past Joker, I think, on that straight. He's had a great exit. And Senna behind as well. He's looking for a gap down the inside. And I think he's going to get both of them on that inside line. Oh, he's gone deep though. He's gone deep. It's just going to massively compromise his exit. Matt has decided to ignore that corner. He didn't want to do that corner. And that is very much Matt's race out. Oh, Mr. Pickle going to the back of Swanson there. Has he got any damage? It looked like at a glance, yes he has. He's got front wing damage, right end plate. That will really slow him down. I think Matt has had enough this race, which is a shame. Had really good pace. Anyway, back up with the leader of this race, Max. Already nearly build up a second. He's probably going to be out of DRS very, very soon. But he has got a 3-second time penalty. So Senna will just try not to lose more than 6 or 7 tenths a lap. And he might stay in this. And Marsfee, who's pushing him as well, is pushing him for P2. But again, has a time penalty. I'll go over these penalties one more time. 3 seconds for everyone at the front. So Senna might just think, yep, absolutely, keep going, I'll use your pace, use your DRS to keep me within. Look like a bit of a late break then, might be wrong. Senna and Swanson both got a double move then on Marsfee. That's a great bit of driving there. The speed Marsfee has, I don't know whether that's battery deployment or traction he's getting out of them corners, but he has so much speed exiting them corners. It's incredible, really. That's not what Danny wants. He does not want a car in between him and Senna. But Senna will not mind. Colin with the fastest lap of the race from the mediums. Really making up some ground now. Hello, Colin. He's going for it. Where's this come from all race? He's 3 tenths behind Swanson. I don't know if you all are aware, but me and Colin had a tussle once in Mexico. I don't mention it that often. But he's a very clean, consistent driver in the league, even though we give him a bit of jip sometimes. But it's been great to see Colin come back into league racing the last few seasons and see him fight for wins and podiums again. And a podium's not out of the question here from him now with DRS on Swanson. And Marsfi has also got past Senna. So Colin could have a P1. Could. Which would be quite incredible if Colin managed to turn that around, but we'll see. Max is a second away from clearing the penalties. The 2 laps to do so. I have to say, well done to Matt, aka Joker. He's going for fastest lap. He does like a last minute fastest lap, but despite the penalties, and he still will continue to the end. We don't like to see pit and quits. And it's also 2-0 West Ham with kudos and another Bowen assist. Good times. Not for Matt down in P10 with all them penalties, but for West Ham fans it is. Max isn't pulling away as much as I thought he would. 1.2 seconds from Marsky. Senna is in P3, so he's technically 1.5 seconds behind from Max, with a lap and a half to go. Senna can taste this victory here. Colin just behind. He'll feel like he's got the pace to potentially make a move on Senna, but we'll see. Swanson's quite happy there, just seeing how things progress, just coming up onto the last lap. It still says safety car for me. I know that's a lie, but Bobby's probably fully aware of that glitch. I've never seen it before in my life. Right, last lap of this race. We'll ride with our leader just for a short bit. He's had a great race. This will be 7 wins out of 8 events, I believe, if he can see this over the line. This is like Max Verstappen last few seasons. It's a bit boring to watch, but can't deny the driving talent Max has. But that being said, he has got that penalty, and Colin now has just got to move at a crucial time on Senna. Oh, and West Ham's goal was disallowed. Typical. 1-0. Anyway, last lap. As it stands, I don't think Max is going to clear this 3-second time penalty. Mansfield definitely won't. So all Colin needs to do is keep it there, and he should have a P1. Senna also is just within that time penalty from Max, I believe. So, and so is Swanton. So this could be a Colin Senna Swanton podium. Sorry if any other battles going on. I'm not looking at them in a minute. Where are we going to end? Colin with the win. Senna and Swanton just misses out on that podium by half a tenth. It's very, very unlucky by Swanton. Maybe a couple of bad corners in sector 3. But this man, DRS Colin, out of nowhere, great race. I would not have put money on Colin winning that one after his qualifying and to be honest, after seeing half the race, but what an amazing last stint. Maybe he asked his, maybe he's got an older brother or something that come and done the last stint for him. Well done, Colin. Well done, Senna. Really solid drive. P1 for a lot of that race. Probably was a bit shocked that Colin came out of nowhere. Probably wasn't even thinking about battling Colin most of that race. Probably was just thinking about battling Swanson and Maxwell, but he will still take P2. It's a great result, and it slings him a few more points ahead of Swanson, his rival in the championship. You can call it now. Driver of the day, 100% Colin. An amazing race from P12 maybe, we'll find out in a minute, to P1. Good consistent drive from Senna, and a great drive from Max as well. I know he didn't. I know he looked very strong for the pace and probably was the favourite to win, but that curb going into the pits, that 3-second time penalty massively caught him out, like it did Marsby. Thanks for those of you who might have watched the stream or will watch it back. As you can tell, I don't stream very often, but hopefully I've done an adequate job to keep the stream going in Blobby's absence. Well done, Colin. Epic drive. Joker managed to get fastest lap there at the end. So Colin P1, Senna P2, Max P3 by the skin of his teeth. Swanson missed it out on the podium by half a tenth. Actually, I think it's a little bit further. It's saying, yeah, no, it was, yeah, sorry, half a tenth. Marsby P5, penalised from that 3-second time penalty, the same as Max. Mr. Pickle, Rugnico, and I lost the rest. But good race, everyone. I will hopefully be back on round 11, whatever track that might be. Hopefully I can be up there challenging. I haven't done that too much this season. And I'll catch you all next week